Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Cory Flokstra, and welcome to... I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing anyways? We're gonna read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Can you read that? It says, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. The Art of War is a book written by Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu is an important war general. Ignore the talking upstairs. My dad's talking to somebody. But we're not going to eavesdrop on that garbage he's doing. Let's begin reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Hopefully nothing gets interrupted while I'm reading this. Otherwise, I'll have to do this video some other time and just not read the book. And I have to read the book. I gotta read The Art of War. This is a book written by an important military war general. And we're gonna read this book. This is not really a hardcover version. This is just a flimsy cover paperback. But we're going to read this anyway. So, this is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It's The Art of War by Sun Tzu. We're going to use the same tactics in this book and defeat all other bad, evil villains. So let's begin reading. We're going to use the same tactics in this book to outsmart our weakest of foes. The most powerful and the weak and the terrible and the stanky and the... Yeah, so let's begin reading. The first chapter says... Laying, I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty dark down here. I don't want to put on this light because this camera here. The camera makes my face look like a pumpkin. I don't know why. It just makes it look red like a pumpkin. Makes my skin look red like a pumpkin. This is not a new computer, but it'll do. I'm recording this read along from. And we're going to read along from chapter 1, which is laying plans for the attack. Number 1, Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu said, oh wait, is this where we begin? Maybe we should read the introduction. Maybe this is a story about the life of Sun Tzu instead of what his tactics are. We'll begin reading from chapter 1 instead of the introduction. Because I don't really read much about introductions first before I read the actual thing. So we're going to read chapter 1, which is laying plans. And it begins with number 1, but you get mixed up if you keep on reading the first part like number 1, number 2, number 3, and that gets confusing. So I'll begin by reading it like this. Now, turn your books. If you have the same Sun Tzu book, read along with me. Sun Tzu said, "The art of war is of vital importance to the state. It is matter of life and of death, a road either to safety or to ruin. Hence it is subject of inquiry which can on no account be neglected." So pay attention to what I'm reading here. We're going to use the same tactics in this book to outsmart the Chinese Communist Maoists. The Maoists must be defeated. You people don't even know what Maoist is. I know somebody who's studying the Maoists, the Maos or the Maoisms, And they're evil Chinese communists. They're the ones who brought the balloons to America to spy on us. And we need to outsmart these Chinese communists. We're going to use this book here to outsmart them. We're going to use their book against them. That's what what movie? What historical movie? I don't remember, but I watched a preview of it. I don't know. I forget the name of it, but anyways, we're not watching a movie right now. We're trying to read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. We'll talk about movies some other time. But okay, as I was reading, The Art of War then is governed by 5 constant factors to be taken into account in one's deliberations when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. Choose wisely what you're doing on the battlefield. That's just what I think he meant by saying that. There's a lot of describing words in books. There always has been. And some of them are really complicating. I don't know what the heck he's talking about, but I can get a better understanding what he's saying in this book, what he wrote, than what he actually thought he meant. Those describing words are complicating. But bear with me here. We're going to learn something about war and how to assemble our troops to victory. We're not going to lose this time, people. There are one. Now, keep this in mind. Bear with me here. We're going to keep reading this. Don't pay attention to what's going on upstairs because there's people talking upstairs. Somebody's making a phone call. Let's just pay attention to me. This is my video. All right. These are, okay, so pay attention to the battlefield. These are 1, the moral law. 2, heaven. 3, earth. 4, the commander. 5, method and discipline. 6, and there's also a 6 after the 5, which is the moral law causes people to be in complete accord with their ruler so that they will follow him, regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger. So imagine I was a war dictator and you have to obey what I say, otherwise you lose in battle. Pay attention to your leader. I'm a leader. I got leader. I'm a leader. I'm playing the role as leader and you're the troop. So let's begin. Let's get to read more. Okay, complete accord with their ruler so that they will follow him regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger. Heaven signifies night and day, cold and heat, times and reason. Earth comprises distances great and small. Earth compromises distances great and small, danger and security, open ground and narrow passes, the chances of life and death. The commander stands for the virtues and wisdom, sincerity, benevolence, and courage and strictness. Turn the page. Yeah, we're under. No pages were taken out of this thing. We're good. I mean, I did not rip any pages out of this book. It's been a long time since I read this book. And some books, I don't know what happened, but I spill my drink or it gets all crummy on the pages when it eats eat something for like dinner or lunch, it gets all in my books. I just stop doing that. Stop eating at the when you're reading a book. Otherwise, get the pages all crummy, and you spill your drink all over the pages. Clean that shit up. Don't be eating and drinking while you're reading a book. That's the rules of this library. Stop eating and drinking while reading a book. But what if it's water? What if it's water? I don't care if you're thirsty. I don't care if you're drinking water. I don't care if you're hungry. You need to fight. I mean, you need to read your books, and in this library, in this house, and not eat and drink. You'll focus and eat vocabulary instead of food. You'll eat actual words and feel the brain rotted hole in your head, your brain, with knowledge. Take it from me, Cory Flokstra. Anyhow, the method and discipline. Let's just keep reading. Method and discipline are to be understood by. Understood the marshaling of the army and its proper subdivisions. Man, I don't know what happened here. I lost my phone. I think I left that at Costco. We'll worry about that later. I was at Costco. I put down my phone to look at something. Went right back over there, and I saw that the phone was gone. I don't think that happened, but to be continued. Let's keep reading this. All right. I was at Costco eating Costco hot dogs. I was eating Costco hot dogs, and boy, are they addictive. I love Costco hot dogs. Anyhow, I like to eat Costco hot dogs. Anyhow, let's keep reading. Method and discipline, marshaling of the army in its proper subdivisions, the graduations of rank among the officers, the maintenance of roads which supplies may reach the army, and control of military expenditure. These 5 heads should be familiar to every general. He who knows them will be victorious. He who knows them not will fail. Therefore, in your deliberations, when seeking to determine the military conditions, let them be made the basis of a comparison in this wise. So we got, some more steps of taking care of war business. Number 1, which of the 2 sovereigns imbued with the moral law? Number 2, which of the 2 generals has most ability? Which of the 2 generals has most ability? You need to have 2 generals in your army, 2 generals in your army with the best of your abilities. Number 3, with whom lie the advantages derived from heaven and earth. Number 4, on which side of the discipline most rigorously enforced. Number 5, which army is stronger? Number 6, on which side of the officers and men are more highly trained? You need to have highly trained men in your military. Number 7, which army is there the greater constancy both in reward and punishment? By means these 7 considerations can forecast victory or defeat. The general that hearkens to my counsel and acts upon it will conquer. Let such one be retained in command. The general that hearkens not to my counsel nor acts upon it will suffer defeat. Let such one be dismissed. So when you're fighting wars and you fail sometimes, you gotta subtract and divide. No. You need to subtract and add onto your army. You need better men who have the ability and put them in charge and make them fight. Well, okay. And if you lose, take some of the generals, put them in the back or in the front or whatever, how you do it. And make sure they don't fail again. Do not lose in battle. All right. Which heading the prophet of my counsel, evade yourself also of any helpful circumstances over and beyond the ordinary rules. According as circumstances are favorable, one should modify one's plans. Wonder how long this chapter is. Hold on a second. Oh, we're going to get through it. Hopefully without this camera running out of gigawatts. Okay. According to the circumstances favorable to all warfare is based on deception. So you need to trick your enemies with lies and deception. Got to trick them sometimes. Got to break the rules sometimes. Hence, when able to attack, we must seem unable when using our forces. We must seem inactive when we are near. We must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Interesting. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder, and crush him. If he is secure at all points, be prepared for him. If he is superior strength, evade him. If your opponent is of choleric temper, seek to irritate him. Pretend to be weak. Gotta pretend to be weak. Actually, no. Gotta be tough and strong. But you gotta make sure that you trick the enemy into thinking you're weak, and then bang, pounce on him, and then defeat his ass in battle. If he is taking his ease, give him no rest. If his forces are united, separate them. They're talking about separating and dividing your enemy. Not your own self, but the enemy who you're fighting with on the line. Attack him where he unprepared, prepare where you are not expected. These military devices leading to victory must not be divulged beforehand. Now we're almost done with this, and then next time we'll read Waging the War. Waging wars, people. All right. Attack him where he unprepared. So he's unprepared. Don't care. Let's strike him at full force. Go really fast. Like Sonic the Hedgehog and Lightning McQueen. Kick his ass like Chuck Norris. Woo! Woo! And that's how we defeat the opposing enemies. Not expected. The military devices leading to victory must not be divulged beforehand. Now, the general who wins a battle makes many calculations in his temple. Ere the battle is fought. At the temple, here the battle is fought. The general who loses a battle must, but the general that you lose. Let's trying to read this really quick before I end the video, so I don't miss anything. Now the general who wins the battle must make many calculations in his temple ere the battle is fought. The general who loses battle makes but few calculations beforehand. You gotta know your math. Math hurts my brain. Too bad. You'll learn math in this class, no matter if you like it or not. Otherwise, no fighting battles for you. This is a strict rule. Learn math, Cory. Enough trying to run from your math problems and just face the math, algebra, arithmetic, big dick head on. Go down on that math hole. Them hoes love a good mathematician. You're going to get some bitches if you know how to use math correctly. And I'm not talking about crystal math. I'm talking about math, numbers, not crystal math, algebra, arithmetic, Albert Einstein. Important. Mwah. Okay, that was weird. Anyhow, calculations beforehand. Let's do many calculations lead to victory, and few calculations to defeat. Learn your math, otherwise you'll be defeated in battle. How much more calculations at all? No more calculations at all. It is my attention to this point that I can foresee who is likely to win or lose. Hopefully you learned something. Remember to like and subscribe. I guess goodbye. Off to war!